right, welcome back. Star Wars Racing Incorporated. And today is Thursday, July 17th. And I have a quick update here for you guys. So update some things here for RX7. This is the update is going to be. This is the super official start of preparations for SCCA Runoffs coming up at Road America, my neighbor. And also we've got coming up events here in the Florida area. We've got, I'll tell you in a minute. And as I do this, I've been kind of reflecting the last few days, shout out to my daughter for her birthday last night. We had a great time at the Ocean Reef Club last night. That was awesome, family time, right? And that made me reflect a little bit. There's been so much stuff going on with the floods in Texas and other areas. Also, they've had issues or disasters, and it's. It just makes you think, and wonder, and sometimes I go, shoot, I'm racing, I have a great passion for it. I love it, and but sometimes against the backdrop of things like that, it's just kind of like, shoot, should I be racing, so, I was just thinking, about those families and that also gives you perspective, you're lucky that you get to have your family first of all, and health and all those kind of things, and then you get to go racing, right? We put a lot of effort into it, a lot of effort, and it's a deep passion for most of us, the race, right? So I don't feel totally bad, but I feel a little bit bad, But anyways, it's just my thoughts are with those families and people going through those kinds of things, and I feel blessed, and I know that I'm doing something that it's sort of for fun, not needed, right? But something that I enjoy, and I work hard at it, and I appreciate it, So, but again, my thoughts are with those families, and just gives you a little perspective, So when I go racing, I go to have fun, If I can do well, I try to do well as best as I can. But those kind of things give you a perspective, right? So I'm blessed, I'm just blessed, and I'm just lucky, and I'm thankful for that. So, all right, let's go to the update coming up here. Sorry for the PSA. USA, baby, let's go. RX7 looking good. Yes. So we have been preparing all year. It's not that we're starting preparations now, but now we start more detailed, specific preparations. We've been doing things all year long. The car has been tremendous this year. RX7 has been on point all year long. All year long. So really happy. Great year. So yeah, we're just going to start doing some detailed things before we go to our test day coming up. Obviously, we're going to be doing new brakes, new rotors, new pads, front, rear, new fluids, transmission, differential, start checking bolts, start checking stuff. We're going to do some testing with some intakes here, some variations, and got to do some welding reinforcement still on the inside. So, some details like that. Nothing super major, not going to change anything before heading to the runoffs. That's keep the car pretty much the same way we've been doing it. Just got some different springs for the back, just minor things, nothing major. Don't want to go test at the runoffs, right? But we're going to do some testing before that anyway, just to make sure everything's good, and do some racing, hopefully. So I'll talk about that in a moment. A couple things here. There's the tranny right there, bell housing. This one's our backup one, so it has a little hairline crack. So we're going to take it over to Road Tech to make sure we get that welded in and reinforced, and just make sure we have a solid backup transmission in the car. Especially if you go to the runoffs, you need two of everything, right? So cool beans. Before I forget, got a new hose. This is from Harbor Freight as well. The other one, I don't misuse it, but yeah, it had a crack, and it was just starting to bleed the air. So Got this one supposed to be a little better quality. Hopefully it will last. The other one was okay, but again, I don't do anything major, and it cracked. So I was not happy with that, but it was a cheap one. Sometimes you pay for the cheap stuff, right? Onto the table, got myself a proper impact now for racing and even here at the shop. This one's okay, but sometimes it will fall short. So now we got a proper impact one. Pretty happy, big battery. So this thing lasts for a while. So been using it pretty good. There's the bell housing. And onto the not so important things, but cool things. Found these straps at Home Depot on sale for $9.99. And as you can tell, this is from the Dark Side collection. So we had to have them. So there it is, baby. Got finally somebody coming to their senses, putting some Dark Side merchandise out there. So I got me 3 sets, so it matches with our team colors and things. That comes in a little handy bag and everything. It brings a bag, so cool. I kind of like this. This is really convenient, by the way. And got myself a wireless basically a wireless portable light for when we're on the track. We got one that's electric, which is cool. I use it all the time, but when you're working in the car, sometimes that just becomes a pain to be dragging the cable around, right? So got this wireless one, already used it. Pretty cool. So that's pretty much about it. Just a couple updates here for the racing. What's going to happen with the racing? So we got coming up, we've got Daytona. Daytona's got a Central Florida region double SARC coming up weekend. I think it's a double SARC. Sorry, I might be wrong on that part, but I know definitely big weekend. There's like 200 cars sign up. So we're going to go to Daytona. There's still time to sign up. Sign up now. Those of you who are going to do the SARC runoffs, this year is going to be at Daytona. So this is your chance to go test. Make sure you know what you're doing at Daytona. And there's still time to sign up. There's almost like 200 cars already, which is massive weekend, right? So I'm going to be going there with Kylo Ren. So we're going to run an e-production, of course. So we won't be as competitive. So, but hey, we're going to have tons of fun, right? We're going to have tons of fun still. A lot of friends going. And we're going to do laps, baby. We're going to do laps and just get myself driving again. This year I've driven the less or the least that any of my years, going around with, our Miata rentals. So, but yeah, it's time for me to start driving. So we're going to go drive and we'll have some fun. Then there's a FADA event here at Homestead. That's also time to sign up for that. They also have a track day event, high performance, so you can do that as well for testing, which I think that's what I'm going to do, hopefully with RX7. After we do some of these things that we got to work on, we'll hopefully do a test day there. And then the weekend of August, 16, 17 August, SCCA at Homestead. Yes, baby. And that's where we need you. We want you to sign up. Registration's already up and going pretty well, but we need to bump it up a little more. Big bore group. Come on, there's 4 or 5 cars already, but we let's get some more. Let's get some more cars. Spec Corvette, where are you at? Come on, bring those boys over here. Those bad boys Corvettes. Come on down. Also the Formula cars. Yeah, definitely you need to do that. SRFs, where you're at. So, but yeah, so far so it's going pretty nicely. But yeah, definitely this is the last race of the year for SCCA Florida at Homestead for sure this year. So let's take advantage. Let's hit it out of the ballpark. We need that. We need that for sure. So that we can continue the momentum from April. The April race was awesome. Great weekend, good turnout. So definitely need that. Again, just need to have a solid weekend. So Florida region racers, Central Florida region, come on down, support. No need to tell you anymore. It's a great track, good paddock. So come on down. So we're gonna be there hopefully with RX7 with e-production. Use it as our penultimate test day before we do another test day before the runoffs. That's where we're going this year, baby. We're going to Road America. But in the meantime, you guys stay healthy, stay safe. Hope to see you out there. If you see me at Daytona or Homestead, come on by, say hello. Star Wars Racing Incorporated.